everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. I am back on YouTube filming a video after 2 whole weeks with so much gratefulness in my heart and so much love and appreciation for so many people in my heart, and I just wanted to share and update what has been happening in my life with you guys in this video. So without any further ado, let's get started. Now, most of you already know, if you follow me on Instagram or if you have seen my community post on YouTube that I posted 2 weeks ago, my mom was tested positive to COVID-19 back in India, and since then, you know, there has been so much that has happened. I have seen this bloody virus so up close. I am petrified of it right now, literally. Okay, so let's start off from the beginning. My mom and my brother, they live in Agra, and my brother, like a couple of weeks ago, I would want to say like 3 or 3.5 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, first started showing a little bit of symptoms. Even though he was not going out anywhere, he had stopped going to the gym. My mom was only getting groceries delivered to her place. They were not stepping out of the house for whatsoever. Still, what happened was, one fine day my brother started feeling, you know, low and dull, and then the next day he started getting a little bit of temperature, and you know, we knew that one of our neighbors in the building, you know, the ones who lived upstairs, had been tested positive, and they were home quarantining themselves. Our first reaction was, maybe, you know, he has got the COVID. Even though we were in my brother or my mom was in no touch or contact with the neighbors, but still they had the, like, you know how the balconies in India, if you live in an apartment, are right, you know, below each other. So my mom would hear these guys coming into their balcony and, you know, spending some time over there, and my mom would obviously put her clothes to hang out and go out in the balcony as well. So that's how we assumed in the first place that, you know, this virus came into our home. We waited for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days. My brother was taking Dolo and, you know, all of those things that he could to get that fever down. But since that was not happening, we decided to get him tested. Till this time, my mom was not showing any symptoms, but because they live in Agra, we tried contacting all of these private laboratories, that if somebody can come home and get them tested, get their sample collected, and, you know, test them for COVID. But because at this time the COVID cases were rising so much each day, the pressure was so much on, you know, the medical staff and the whole medical system. Nobody was coming home to collect your sample anymore in Agra. So they found out that there were only 2 government hospitals that were doing testing for COVID, and eventually after 3 days, when my brother's fever did not drop, we decided to take him to the hospital and get the test done, even though we knew it could risk them to the virus even more, but we had to get the test done so we can start the medications. My mom and my brother, obviously because my brother couldn't go alone, he was having a very, very high temperature, 103, and it was not going down, and he could not even walk properly. He was very weak. My mom had to take him. They wore their double masking and everything. They tried to maintain social distancing as much as they could, but nothing really worked, because obviously it was a government hospital, you know, people were everywhere, and my mom said it was really not managed very well. Anyways, they get their tests done, they come back home, and my brother's reports did not come in for a very long time. My mom also got tested then, because she started feeling a little bit of low energy and a little bit of temperature, like 99 and things like that. So we thought we might as well get her tested while these guys are going to the hospital. Anyways, my brother's report didn't come for a week. We checked every day online, and eventually his temperature started going down. But at this time, my mom's temperature started rising, and we thought now she has contracted the virus. But because my brother was recovering, we thought she will also recover at home and will take all the precautions. And these two were trying to social distance as much as they could. They were living in 2 separate rooms, and all of those things were happening. Eventually we got when the reports didn't come, we got my mom tested again, because her symptoms had started growing up, and she was not feeling well at all. Now this time when she got tested the second time, her reports, we got a call from the the hospital in the night around 10:30 p.m. Saying that you have been tested positive, and our team will come tomorrow morning to sanitize the house. So now we know for sure that my mom is COVID positive. Now we thought, okay, we'll start the treatment, we'll consult the doctor. We had no one, we really don't know any good doctors in Agra. So what we did was, we tried looking up doctors online, and there's this app Petro or something like that. I don't know, I will not put their names here, because we found a doctor in Delhi on that app, and he was rated very well. So we consulted him over the video call, and we showed him mom's prescriptions and said that her report has come positive and this is what she's feeling. This doctor for 5 days kept giving mom some medications according to her symptoms, but did not started the COVID medicines, the COVID ka protocol wala medicines. None of those were started. Now during this 5 days, what happened was my mom started deteriorating. Like, she couldn't eat, she couldn't drink, even for the medicines she was struggling, and she started getting dehydrated. Now at this point of time, she got the diarrhea and vomiting as well, and we got really scared. Now at this point, I spoke to my girlfriend Deeba, who is also a doctor. She's my childhood friend, we have gone to school together. So I contacted her. I told her everything that was happening with mom. I showed her the doctor's prescription, and she said, why is she not taking any COVID medicines if she has been tested positive? Why don't you just start these medications? These are the COVID medications. And also speak to one of my friends, Anchal, who is also my friend. She is actually looking after COVID patients at the moment. She's also a doctor. So she said, why don't you consult with Anchal as well, and she will guide you the process and how to go about it, but take it seriously. So I called up Anchal. I told her everything, and then she said immediately get a blood test done and the HRCT done. So all these things were happening, but before that we had to put mom on a drip, because she was dehydrated and she was not able to drink or eat or even take her medication. So we had to put medications in her body through the veins, and we put her on drip for 2 days at home while the blood test was done and the HRCT was done. And because there is so much going on right now, and there's so much pressure on the medical system, the reports that generally come in 24 hours are now taking 48 to 72 hours to come. So for those 2 days, till the time her reports hadn't come, we had to put her on drip at home. Anyways, after the reports came in, I clearly remember I was sleeping on a Sunday night. 2 a.m. Australian time, I got a call from my friend Diba, and she said, listen Ritzi, your mom's reports have come in, and my brother was constantly in touch with Diba and Anchal as well, and she said, your brother has sent me the reports, and the reports are not good. We will have to immediately put auntie on oxygen, and we need to take her to the hospital. And for the first time in my life, you guys, I had panic attack for 2 minutes, like till the time I got up from the bed, and Diba told me all of this over the call. I took my phone and I started walking towards the bathroom. For 2 minutes, I remember I was standing still in my bathroom. I was shivering so hard, I was sweating so hard, and because I was sleeping, my hair was open and I was sweating, so I wanted to tie my hair up, but I couldn't move my body. Like, I was just frozen still. My husband came after me, and he started asking me what has happened, and I could not speak. I also didn't know, like, my heartbeat was racing so fast. I was shivering. I was literally shivering and shaking like that, and I wanted to speak, but I couldn't speak. That was something I've never faced ever in my life, and that was just like, for 2 minutes I had no control of my body. I didn't know if I wanted to vomit, if I wanted to go to the toilet. Like, it was just so pathetic. Anyways, that happened. After 2 minutes, I finally gained some senses and control over my body, and I started calling up people back in India, because there were no hospital beds available. I started calling people from here. My brother started panicking and started calling everyone. My dad started calling everyone, and eventually, after an hour, one of my dad's friends, Ajay uncle, who has been a blessing to our family, finally arranged for a hospital bed for mom. And mom was taken to the hospital. She was put on oxygen, and the treatment finally started. That 1 week where she was into the hospital, admitted, she was treated by the doctors. I have no clue of what was happening around me, how I was surviving. I have no idea. Like, I know people who go through COVID are going through it and are suffering it on their body, but I cannot imagine the state of mind of the family members who are dealing with it, along with their loved ones. It's just such a helpless feeling, and I don't know, I still get goosebumps, and I feel very weird in talking about it, but this is the first and the last time I'm sharing it all with you guys here, and thereafter I'm not going to talk about COVID at all, because I've had enough of it. I have no energy physically or mentally to talk about COVID, or to have to deal with anything with COVID, you know what I mean? Anyways, my mom was admitted to the hospital, oxygen was given, thankfully everything was going okay. Then the doctor said that we needed to arrange the remdesivir injection. Oh my god, there was a shortage of supply. There still is a shortage of supply of remdesivir injection in the market, and in the severe COVID cases, remdesivir along with steroids are given to the patients to help them recover and fight this bloody virus, and you have to arrange 6 doses of this injection generally. That's what I was told, to arrange 6 doses of remdesivir injections, and that was the second phase of struggle that we started facing as a family. every day I would wake up and make some 1,800 to 1,000 calls a day, trying to arrange the injection, trying to arrange that one dose for one day, you know, that evening, that one evening where my mom needed the injection. And it was a real struggle. But oh my god, now comes the good part in the story. I am a big believer of God. I pray a lot, you guys know. And you know, I am so grateful for so many people who came into my life at that point of time, who helped us arrange, you know, everything for us, who were helping us out. I was sitting here miles away in Australia. My dad couldn't reach my mom because of the lockdown. He was struggling to fly, you know, to where my mom and my brother were. And my brother was also very weak because he had just recovered from COVID, and you know, he was very weak. He was still trying to run around and do everything on his own while mom was in the hospital and dealing with, you know, this COVID. I posted it on my Instagram stories and on my Facebook wall that I needed the injection, the remdesivir injections. And so many people, so many of my friends reached out to me, you know, friends who were on my Facebook for years but we haven't spoken to in ages, friends who I've gone to school with, you know, years ago, and thereafter there was a big communication gap. We never spoke, we never even wrote happy birthday on each other's Facebook profiles, you know. Itna gap aane ke baad bhi these guys reached out to me, and you know, they were the God sent angels in our life at that time. I am so grateful to these people. I will never forget each one of them. You know, and somehow every evening, like in the morning, I had no idea where I was going to arrange the injections from, but by the evening I would always end up getting one injection. And you know, I would be like so grateful to God, so grateful for all these people who are helping me, trying to, you know, help me with getting those injections, or even passing on like simple things like passing on you know, these random numbers over internet, because I was sitting and making calls back to back. You know, even people who were sending me these numbers to call upon was very helpful, you know. Halaki, none of those 800, 1000 calls made any sense, or nobody was available, or nobody was able to help from those random numbers over the internet that have been circulating a lot these days. But still, you know, when you are in such a situation, even a single drop of hope is what you need to hold on to for that moment, and that is what, you know, kept me going. Eventually, you know, we met some people in person. I contacted, or I got in touch with some people over the phone who were, you know, a blessing in my life. Like I have to thank so many people. I just cannot, like, you know, this is the time when you struggle in your bad times, you actually know who truly, you know, values you, who are your real friends, who are your real well-wishers. Like these guys जिनसे मेरी बात भी नहीं हुई थी इतने सालों में, when they come up to me and they started helping me and they started making calls, I have to say, Ipshita Bandhu, there's this you know, girl on my Facebook profile. She was my year junior in my school, and I've never spoken to her. And I feel so bad saying this, but you know how you have so many friends over Facebook, but you don't talk to each one of them personally every day. I have never spoken to this person, but she was so kind. You know, instead of passing me those numbers on, she said, दीदी आप ना इतने से इतने नंबर पे कॉल करो, बाकी नंबर्स पे मैं कॉल करती हूँ. And she was sitting in Delhi and she was making calls for my mum. She was trying to arrange injections for my mum and she kept asking me every half an hour or every hour, आपको कुछ मिला? मैंने ये नंबर्स पे बात की, अभी तक कुछ नहीं मिला, बट मैं बात कर रही हूँ, आप घबराओ नहीं. You know, people like these, I like, मेरे पास वर्ड्स नहीं है कि मैं कैसे इन लोगों को थैंक यू बोलूँगी जो मेरी लाइफ में ऐसे टाइम पे इतनी मेरी हेल्प करने के लिए भी सामने आए हैं. आई हैव, मतलब मेरी लिस्ट बहुत लंबी है. सीमा आंटी, दीबा, अंचल, हरिशंकर, रोहित भैया, यू नो, अर्चना, माय फ्रेंड अर्चना एंड हर ब्रदर अन्नी. वो मेरे भाई की तरह, जैसे मेरा भाई परेशान हो रहा था मेरी मम्मी के लिए, वैसे ही वो परेशान हो रहा था. He was running around, you know, from one place to another trying to arrange those injections for my mother. वो एक जगह से दूसरी जगह अपनी बाइक ले लेके ट्रैवल कर रहा था इस पैंडेमिक के टाइम पे भी, सारे प्रिकॉशंस लेते हुए कि उसको कहीं से वो अरेंज करा पाए मेरे लिए इंजेक्शंस. वो अपने फ्रेंड्स को दिल्ली में भेज रहा था, कहीं अगर पता हमें चल रहा था कि यहाँ पे लाइन लग के आपको इंजेक्शंस मिल रहे हैं तो उसका वो फ्रेंड वहाँ लाइन में जाके लग रहा था. मेरी फ्रेंड पल्लू, उसके आगे फ्रेंड एक जिसको मैं जानती नहीं, कभी मैं मिली नहीं, वो जब मेरे इंजेक्शन अरेंज हो गए, दिल्ली में अरेंज हुआ मेरा एक इंजेक्शन और वो आगरा ट्रांसपोर्ट कराना था और कोई था नहीं जाने के लिए, तो that person Murli, he took that injection from Delhi, picked up the injection from Pitampura and he went all the way to Agra, पूरी रात की ड्राइव करके, ताकि नेक्स्ट डे मेरी मम्मी को वो इंजेक्शन लग सके. सो यू नो, मेरे पास इतने सारे लोग हैं, इतनी लंबी मेरी लिस्ट है कि मुझे इस टाइम पे ये पता चला कि मैं कितनी ज़्यादा ब्लेस्ड हूँ और मुझे कितना ग्रेटफुल होना चाहिए इतने सारे लोगों के लिए जो मुझे पता भी नहीं था कि मेरी लाइफ में इतना मैटर करते हैं. और सीरियसली आई एम नेवर गोइंग टू फॉरगेट एनी ऑफ दीज पर्सन जिन्होंने इस टाइम पे मेरी इतनी ज़्यादा हेल्प की है और यू नो वो इंजेक्शंस अरेंज कराए हैं, मम्मी की पूरी ट्रीटमेंट में उन लोगों ने इतना हेल्प किया है. आई एम जस्ट लाइक, आई हैव नो वर्ड्स, आई लिटरली हैव नो वर्ड्स. इनफैक्ट लास्ट डे पे लास्ट इंजेक्शन जो लगना था वो हमें नहीं मिल रहा था. एंड देन माई फ्रेंड्स इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया, you know, they started calling up people in India, their relatives, Rohit bhaiya, Aditi di, Ravina, Sonu bhaiya, Neetu di, Sunil bhaiya. These guys, they started calling up people in India to arrange for injections and eventually Sonu bhaiya के ही contact से हमें वहाँ पे injection मिला. रोहित भैया ने उसको transport कराया. So मतलब मैं बता नहीं सकती, मेरे पास इतने सारे लोग हैं, इतने सारे लोगों की लिस्ट है जिनके लिए मैं डेली प्रे करती हूँ भगवान जी से. और मैं यही प्रे करती हूँ कि उनको और उनकी फैमिली को इस चीज़ से बचा के रखो, किसी को भी इस चीज़ से ना गुजरना पड़े. जब मैंने इतना अप क्लोज देखा है और ये फील किया है ना, वो जो पेन, वो जो ट्रॉमा होता है जिससे आप गुजरते हो, वो nobody deserves it. Like nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves to go through it. And I hope and wish and pray कि वो किसी को भी ना हो और लोग जल्दी से ठीक हो और ये जल्दी से प्लीज ये खत्म हो वायरस. यू नो, जब तक आप न्यूज में सुन रहे होते हो और आप नंबर्स देख रहे होते हो, आपको न्यूज पता चल रही होती है, इसको हो गया उसको हो गया, आपको डर लगता है. मगर जब वो किसी आपके अपने को, आपको उस मतलब पूरी चीज से जब खुद गुजरना पड़ता है ना, तो एक अलग ही लेवल का एक्सपीरियंस होता है जिसको मैं बयान नहीं कर सकती. लाइक आई हैव नो वर्ड्स हाउ टू एक्सप्रेस इट. इवन टुडे आई एम सिटिंग हियर टॉकिंग अबाउट इट, बट आई एम स्टिल, you know, shivering and I don't want to think about it anymore. लाइक जो हो गया वो हो गया. आई जस्ट वॉन्ट टू बी ग्रेटफुल. आई जस्ट वॉन्ट टू थैंक गॉड and thank all these people who have come into my life. मेरे लिए वो लोग भगवान से कम नहीं है लिटरली, जिन्होंने मेरी इस टाइम पे इतनी हेल्प की है. and I will forever be grateful to each one of those people. हालांकि इस बीच में बहुत कुछ हुआ, लोगों ने ऐसे में भी लोग मजबूरी में आपका फ़ायदा उठाते हैं. एक जगह पे मेरे कुछ पैसे भी फंस गए बिकॉज उसने बोला कि वो इंजेक्शन अरेंज करेगा, सम रैंडम नंबर ओवर द इंटरनेट, एंड ही आस्क्ड मी टू पे द फुल अमाउंट इन एडवांस. मैंने वो पे कर दिया बिकॉज आई वॉज इन अ पैनिकी सिचुएशन एंड आई वॉन्टेड द इंजेक्शंस एनी हाउ. मैं कोई रिस्क नहीं लेना चाह रही थी. एंड उसके बाद से जब मैंने उसको पैसे ट्रांसफ़र किए, दैट पर्सन stopped picking up my calls and he just vanished. And then my girlfriend Gunika, because मैं उस टाइम उस माइंड फ्रेम में ही नहीं थी कि मैं कुछ और सोच सकूं कि वो पैसे कहीं पे मेरे अटके हैं. जब आप इससे जा रहे होते हो आपका मेन फोकस होता है कि आपके लव्ड वन को ट्रीटमेंट मिले किसी भी तरह. बट माई फ्रेंड गुनिका, she has been such a strong pillar of support as well. वो मेरे लिए बैठ के कॉल्स कर रही थी. जब उसको ये बात पता चली, she filed an FIR, online FIR on that person, and उसने वो सारा चीज़ मेरे लिए हैंडल की. मुझे पता भी नहीं था कि क्या हो रहा है. मैं भूल चुकी थी वो पैसे देके, बट she was the one who was after it. अभी तक आए नहीं है वो पैसे, बट स्टिल एक एक एफर्ट काउंट होता है और आपको पता चलता है कि आपने अपनी लाइफ में कितना कुछ कमाया है. You guys, you have sent me so many best wishes. काफ़ी सारे तुम लोगों में से लोग थे जो मेरे से डेली मम्मी का हाल पूछते थे, इंस्टाग्राम पे DM करते थे, और मैं काफ़ी टाइम तक रिप्लाई भी नहीं कर पाती थी बिकॉज मैं सिर्फ अपने इंजेक्शंस और दवाइयाँ अरेंज करने में लगी होती थी. बट आई एम सो ग्रेटफुल टू ईच वन ऑफ यू जिसने एक बार भी अगर हमारे लिए प्रे भी किया है ना, हमारी फैमिली के लिए. आई एम सेइंग थैंक यू फ्रॉम द बॉटम ऑफ माई हार्ट कि आपने एक प्रे भी किया मेरे लिए उस टाइम पे. एक कोई मुझसे अगर पूछता था ना कि हम आपकी किस तरीके से हेल्प करें, तो मैं उसको बोलती थी प्लीज़ बस हमारे लिए प्रे करो. आपको नहीं पता कि आप किसकी एक दुआ भी कबूल हो जाती है. तो अगर आपने एक भी बार मेरे या मेरी फैमिली के लिए प्रे किया है, आई एम सेइंग थैंक यू फ्रॉम द बॉटम ऑफ माई हार्ट. लाइक थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर बीइंग देयर with us. Thank you very much for giving us a second chance in life. Okay. Anyways, latest update and the happy news is that my mom is back home. अभी भी वो दवाइयाँ और इंजेक्शंस उनको चल रहे हैं. रेमडेसिविर नहीं, दूसरे इंजेक्शंस चल रहे हैं. वो घर पे हैं. माई डैड फाइनली मैनेज टू रीच आगरा मम्मी के हॉस्पिटलाइज होने के आई थिंक सेकेंड डे पे. एंड माई डैड एंड माई ब्रदर आर डूइंग ओके. वो अच्छे से मम्मी का ध्यान रख रहे हैं. मम्मी स्लोली रिकवरिंग. सो अब हम फाइनली एक पॉजिटिव वे की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं. लाइफ में चीज़ें वापस से ऑन ट्रैक धीरे धीरे स्मूथली हो रही हैं. But I just wanted to share my side of the story and how I dealt with it and what was my state of mind इस पूरे 2 हफ्ते में. And I will still say कि कभी भी अगर आपको एक भी बार कभी भी मेरा ध्यान आए या मेरी वीडियो देखो तो प्लीज़ एक बार प्रे करना हमारे लिए और मम्मी की स्पीडी रिकवरी के लिए. आई एम श्योर शी इज़ वॉचिंग द वीडियो. आज उन्होंने इनफैक्ट मेरे को पुश किया है कि नई वीडियो बनाओ और शुरू करो वापस से. आई वाज लाइक मैं शायद एक और हफ्ता ब्रेक लेना चाहती थी बिकॉज मैं मेंटल स्टेट में नहीं थी. बट मम्मी वाज लाइक नहीं, यू कांट 2 हफ्ते ऑलरेडी वीडियो नहीं बनाई है, सो गो एंड शूट समथिंग. आई वॉन्ट टू सी योर न्यू वीडियो. So she's watching this video, so I will request you all to please write in the comments your well wishes for my mom. I'm sure she's going to read all of them. And once again, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for praying for us. And thank you so much to each one of you who has helped us in whatever ways you could to I have no words. I seriously have no words, you guys. But बस एक थैंक यू है, और यही बोलूँगी कि जितने लोग अभी भी अगर आप सीरियस नहीं हुए हो तो प्लीज़ इसको सीरियसली लो, वैक्सीनेशन लगवाओ. मुझे पता है कि अभी भी काफ़ी सारी जगह न्यूज़ आ रही है कि वैक्सीनेशन अवेलेबल नहीं है. मेरे ब्रदर ने खुद अपने आप को रजिस्टर कराया है और उसका अभी तक नंबर नहीं आया है बिकॉज वैक्सीनेशन अवेलेबल नहीं है. बट स्टिल एटलीस्ट रजिस्टर करवा लो, और जिस भी दिन जिस भी टाइम आपको मौका मिलता है, आपके पास ये चांस आता है, तो प्लीज़ get yourself vaccinated, get your family vaccinated, take this bloody virus seriously, and yeah, take care of yourself. I will see you guys next time. अब Wednesday से normal routine में वीडियो आएंगी, fun, back to my own self. आज मुझे जितनी इसकी बात करनी थी, अपडेट देनी थी, वो सारी मैंने दे दी है. I will see you guys on Wednesday with another fresh video. Till then, you all take care. I'll see you guys. Bye.